first, let me set this up and tell you this. When I got my latest iPhone a couple years ago, my daughter, who's more tech savvy than I, thought it would be really funny that every time I have two children, Julia and Jacob, every time I typed the word Jacob, the word Julia would appear. Okay. And she figured out how to replace words in my phone and make that happen. And then she said she did it as a joke and forgot about it. And it took me at least 6 months to figure out that you could replace one word with another. Well, someone at Apple
What?
has the same issue because in the big program, someone replaced the word racist with Trump. And apparently they say it's called a phonetic overlap, where the problem is appearing with every time you type in the word racist, it flicks over to the word Trump. So, as a victim of this scam by my daughter, I understand completely. So now they're trying to fix this bug in the diction tool. They say the glitch was first highlighted in a viral post on TikTok with the speech to text tool sometimes briefly flashing up the word Trump when you say the word racist. They say we are aware of an issue with the speech recognition model that powers diction, and we're rolling out a fix. So thanks, Apple.
Wow, that is truly rebellious. Somebody at Apple,
Yeah.
right, is,
Yep.
yeah, that is just absolutely wild. Meanwhile, President Trump himself announcing that his administration is going to be selling a gold card. It's his version of a green card for those who want residence and citizenship in this country. Quote, we're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million. So like everything's about, he hasn't quite hatched it. This is something he just thought of. And now he's having a press conference about it. And that's going to give you green card privileges, he says. Plus, it's going to be a route to citizenship. And wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card, he said. They'll be wealthy and they'll be successful, he says, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful and has never been done before, he says. Anything like this. Yeah, that's the...
Well, wasn't there some other type of program where you could pay $1 million?
Right.
Yeah. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's not a new idea.
There is also a...
He sure takes it to another
there's
level,
an existing program with an immigrant investor program, the EB-5 program, and I guess this is going to replace the EB-5 program. I mean, there has always been a criticism of the EB-5 program as actually having some fraud, not just some, a lot of fraud associated with it. But others say, hey, it's a real way to prompt investment and to see to it that people are really here in this country working and a part of the culture and a part of society making a contribution. Whereas this, the $5 million or any other amount, not just the $5 million, but since he suggested $5 million, it's just a way to buy your way in. I mean, he says they're going to employ people. They're going to be great. There's nothing about employing people in this program. It's just to, write a check and get yourself in. So this is one of those things he floats, and we'll have to see actually proceeds. But that's the latest. Meanwhile, the Trump administration creating a registry for immigrants who are in the U.S. illegally, and they want them to register. They are creating a registry for, I'm smiling and chuckling because it seems patently ridiculous to me. All right, but here it is, and then you can tell me how this works in your mind. Creating a registry for all people who are in the United States illegally, and those who don't self-report could face fines or prosecution. Everyone in the U.S. illegally has to register, give fingerprints, and provide the address to the Department of Homeland Security where they are living.
Well, if you're here illegally, isn't this akin to just turning yourself in? Why not just go back home?
Thank you. I mean, the idea somehow that you would show up and register as an illegal immigrant and then be allowed to go back into the general population, if you want to think about that, and be left alone. It's absurd. I mean,
it's a wild idea, but it just might work.
You're just making the job of deportation that much easier. The U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service saying on their website that they will soon create a form and a process for registration. It is not clear how many people would come forward and avail themselves of this opportunity to register. But failure to register would be considered a crime. And the administration has said its initial priority target for deportation is people who've committed crimes in the U.S. So by not registering, you are committing a crime. Of course, by being here illegally, you are already considered a criminal and eligible for deportation. So again, I don't see the logic. I don't see the incentive. But as many things that come out of this administration hasn't been super well thought out. And that, my friends, is a chunk of Trump.
That's it for this edition.
Well, I really enjoyed it.
But make sure to join us again next time
I think you might want to listen. There's nothing wrong with listening.
for another chunk of Trump.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.